Hi everybody, thanks very much for joining us. I'm Philip Duncan. Well, we're taking a look at the high and low pressure around the country this week, and while high pressure is mostly dominating, we are seeing a few rainmakers, especially out to our west around the Tasman, where low pressure is likely to form later this week, and we're not really sure yet exactly about where this potential weekend low might end up. It's likely it may slip just to our south and miss us, but then the tropics next week look active, so there is quite a bit to cover. Let's take a look first of all with the Monday animated wind map, and we've got low pressure moving away. That's what brought in some of the southerlies over the past few days. Now we're going back to the warmer northerlies. So for those of you who had a cooler weekend, warmer weather is coming for most of you. Maybe not everybody, but most places have got warmer weather coming this week. So on the temperature map, you can see this afternoon, Monday afternoon, much of New Zealand looking warmer than average, especially in the south where those westerly and northerly winds are starting to build up a little bit more. Further in the north, not quite so spectacular. In fact, a lot of the areas without colouring, which is many in the north of both islands and also the east of both islands, roughly you're about where you should be for this time of the year. So this is how we look on Tuesday. You can see a northerly flow coming down into the South Island. Now that's bringing a little bit of wet weather over on the western side, slightly warmer weather over on the eastern side, but mostly dry on that eastern side. Same in the North Island, mostly dry, but there might be a couple of isolated showers just hugging that western side a little bit. They won't be much though. By the time we get to Wednesday, rain clouds are pushing onto the west coast as a cold front moves by, but it's mostly clipping the South Island. It's a separate set of showers that might be coming in around Taranaki, caught up in that subtropical nor'wester coming in around the high that is covering northern New Zealand. But the winds on Wednesday, they'll be a little bit brisk around the South Island, nothing major, but it'll help keep your temperatures up in the eastern side. But once you get down further towards about Otago and Southland, you've got a cooler wind coming in around then. On Thursday, high pressure locks in that cooler weather. We've still got this sort of showery stuff around the western side of central New Zealand, but it doesn't look like a lot because high pressure is parked just to the north. So really, if you look at this map, high pressure to the south and all up to the north. So even though it looks like there could be some rainmakers coming in, it's probably not going to be very much at all. And then we get to Friday where low pressure starting to develop a wee bit in the Tasman, but we're still getting these northerly winds coming down across the country. Maybe a few showers or some patchy rain on the west coast. Couple of showers in the North Island, otherwise mostly dry and fairly mild as well, probably warmer than average, certainly inland. And then our final map is for Saturday with high pressure sort of out to the east around the Chatham Islands, a subtropical flow across New Zealand, and a deepening and developing low pressure system. But the jury is out on whether that will be coming straight in or whether the high will push back against it and leave it out at sea. And keep in mind, high pressure, it's pretty much been dominating all this year. So I think the high is more likely to win, but an interesting place to see a low. We haven't had one out in the Tasman for a little while. Now next week, there are a couple of tropical storms as well we'll be keeping a close eye on. We're going to update you on Tuesday and news stories on that. Apologies, we don't have a video on Tuesday. I know we didn't have one on Friday. That's because I was away. Tuesday, our people who make the videos, they are away, all three of them. So we don't have a video tomorrow, but we are back on Wednesday. And I'd say by Wednesday this week, we'll probably be taking a closer look at the tropics to see exactly what is going on. So apologize, we don't have anything tomorrow, but we'll have extra news stories on the website to cover that. That is all from me for today. Enjoy the, hopefully, warm week ahead.